Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Marge. I'm a Hilka. I'm empath, and I just like to do these little talks on how I feel about things. Right now, I'm outside. Clearly, allow me to state the obvious. Under my tree, in my bare feet, you like that? Cracked my. I wasn't paying attention I wasn't where my hands were. I was thinking about other stuff and doing too many things and not focusing. And I freaking was feeding the dogs, and I just turned it and cracked myself right on the door. Freaking God, man, it just universe says slow down. Easy does it. Take it easy. Easy does it. Accidents happen when you get all hasty and stuff like that. So I was just listening to Dolores Cannon. God, man, she was such a neat lady. I miss her. Well, I'm glad she's still, alive in historical footage. She was interviewing a man named Donnell Hicks, I believe. Interesting fellow. I try to take more time to allow to assess people. Try to size them up in an instant. It's kind of arrogant on my part. So anyway, I'm listening to this man's talk. He's pretty soft spoken, and he writes books and stuff, and he's talking about these four programs that people have, or something or other. And the way I look at it is we are all who we are when in our most true authentic person, as we are at the most pure level, the person that we were as a young child. Yeah. Before all the programming starts and the imposed ideas and the infliction of other people's wills and all that stuff starts to kick in. Because you know who the helpers are. You always hear the stories. They're always the ones that are like, they were just always they were so giving and so kind and loving, and they were that way throughout their life. They grew in it. Unless something happened and it turned the switch and it made them do the 180, the opposite. See, we're just electricity, positive, negative, boop, 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 heartbeat, and so how that comes out, sometimes there's a balance in negative positive when you're younger, but sometimes things happen, influences happen, experiences happen, and it throws wrenches into your psychology. And a lot of people don't know about this. They don't care to know. They don't want to know why people do things. They're just looking at the behavior and judging them on that. I've always been an investigator of sorts. I'm a Scorpio moon, Western Vedic too. I grew up watching Columbo, and I was like freaking young. I'm a first responder. I'm always on. When I come up to an accident, I freaking run into it, see if I can help. That kind of stuff. That's my personality. When a problem comes up, I like to face it head on, because I believe in an all things possible universe, and if you leave question open, then you're leaving, outcomes open that you may not particularly want. So if you're proactive, then it kind of makes you a little bit more proactive in the outcome. So I was listening to so these personality traits, and you can tell what happens when people become withholding, or when kids start caring more about external things. Now, he used an analogy with a gumball machine. I like the McDonald's one that when parents start that, the kids not acting accordingly. And most of the time people can't. It's the fact that they can't process the kid's emotions. They can't detach themselves enough, so the kid is uncomfortable or acting out or whatever, and then the parent is like, oh, if you're good, you'll get this, a reward. That sets the programming that it's backwards. If the kid is positive, he'll just maintain goodness for reward. The manipulator will learn how to use that bad behavior for reward. Yeah, and you see this come out, and as you grow, you see people. We tell everyone who we are, whether it's subtly, consciously, or unconsciously, by how we dress, by our priorities, by how much stuff we have or little, car we drive, if we don't drive, number of kids we have, if we don't have kids, all these things freaking make up of who we are, So when people, what's happening now is we're all negative positive, but people are putting all their they just want everyone to think that they're all positive, that they're all positive, that there's no negative in them. But but the thing of it is people are all negative and positive, so all that dormant negative that they try to keep hidden in the dark, that's coming out. And we all have a chance. We all have every day we can wake up and act different. Every single day. If we don't like how we acted yesterday, every day that you wake up, you get a chance to act different. Every day. And at the end of your day, look at how you behaved. Driving is my area, is where my character defects become animated when I drive. Until what I decided is just everybody can go first. Just let them go. It ain't worth it. Let it go. Even if I'm driving 20 miles an hour, that's freaking quicker than I'm walking, and I'm getting around quicker. So just be grateful for that, because there were several months that I lived here that I had to walk to the store and carry bags of dog food in my A bag and stuff like that on my back, and groceries and things like that. And it rains a lot. It was raining. It rained a lot here those several months. So anyway, my behavior has been modified most because, mostly it's like there's two scenarios. People, the way I've come to understand it, that bird is really distracting me. You're really getting in my head right now. We'll see the world change when the withholders become less withholding. Yeah. We'll see the world change when people step into an instance and start looking at their behavior as, or what they say, is this going to add? Is it going to help? Is it going to hinder? Is it going to make anybody feel bad? Because hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. And there's so many people that didn't learn how to soothe themselves as kids because their parents didn't like the way to see how their kids felt. So because they're empathic, and then they learn how, and then they cut that cord. No, because society says, they're autonomous. Their emotions are their emotions, but our nature is that if somebody is hurting, we want to make them feel better because we know how that feels, and then you get the people that really overshot the mark, that just are void of freaking empathy and compassion and all that, because they exist. I don't know, word psychopaths, narcissist, whatever. There's so many terms for them, and there's so many of them because if you give a bunch of people that have never been told no, spoiled brats, if you put them in a position of authority, they're just going to keep going and just demanding, because they've never been told no. So they live in a yes world. Well, most people live in a balance of yes and no, and there's discipline, and you can't always get what you want. But then when you have a bunch of people that just never get told no, then their true core of who they were, their inner child, comes out, and then they're seen for who actually are. And it's coming out in the military, their special forces, they're all freaking, if you're a spoiled brat, you don't have no discipline. And your basic training, that's like resting on your laurels, is I was disciplined enough basic so I can go around and freaking put it wherever I want, and do whatever I want. It's freaking creepy, because we are not supposed to take power from other people, light from other people, goodness from other people, being, we're not supposed to hold people down and freaking, chasing sensations. All that shit is freaking evil and disgusting, and there's no place for it in the new, because these young kids, they ain't interested in it, How many people are not having kids these days? I don't know. A lot. Yeah, kids are being born here and there, but mostly people are like, frick, man, I don't want to freaking have kids. But I wouldn't want to have kids in this world until they start degrading, you know? But, but some of us have had to learn how to be disciplined a long, long time ago, and we know that we don't always get what we want, and it's not all about us, because society's always told us that. I don't believe in society anymore, because everything society has said has turned out to be crap. Yeah, yeah, it's just all a club. It's all of it. It's a club. And if you don't fit into a club, you're not going to make the cut. I don't like clubs. See, I believe cooperation is nature's way. We're all just different shades of the same color spectrum. People need to balance out. People need to sort themselves out. I wonder what the world would be if money was not the most important thing on the planet. Yeah, but it is. And until money becomes less important, we're going to keep getting what we get. And these bombs that freaking Putin, good old Putin, blowing him. That's what's so funny is these freaking dipshits make these bombs, you know, and then they freaking blow themselves up first. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you blowing yourself? Why are you nuking yourself? Why are you nuking yourself? But hey, the U.S. did it too. Because freaking look at the freaking radiation levels that are down in Las Vegas and stuff. You know, but that's the thing is, people don't get. I think this is my idea about it. 2020, it's gonna be the year of vision. People are gonna get their clarity in 2020. They're gonna start seeing things like they never thought they would. A lot of people are gonna go crazy. A lot of people are gonna kill themselves. A lot of people are gonna freaking. There's gonna be more shootings because people are shorting out because they don't know how to rectify the difference between what they see to be true and what they've told isn't. So, there you have it, folks, in the Shell Nut. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.